now, to open the programme, an item as traditional as any in the Royal Tournament, the Royal Navy Field Gun Competition, founded to commemorate the incredible overland transport of naval guns to the relief of Ladysmith in the South African War, and competed annually between 3 teams representing Portsmouth and tonight's pair, the Fleet Air Arm under their trainer C.P.O. Webb, and Devonport in the tender care of Chief Petty Officer Morris over on the far side of the arena. 18 men per team, drawn from all branches of the service in each command. 13 weeks of training behind them, selection and reselection, and strong men have been known to cry if not picked for the final team in order to risk life and limb in this, the toughest sport ever devised. The honourable scars of battle worn from the training period. Lieutenant Commander Brian Nichol, the officer in charge, gives the order for the start, checking that every team is ready. And they're off. First, the run out. And the first target obstacle is the 5-foot wall at the end of the arena. Over the wall. Watch the limber go over in one piece, nearly 500 pounds, done with a crash. Those spars are 170 pounds apiece. See the sheer legs go up, and the long carrying spar. Away go the swingers, with the Fleet Air Arm marginally in the advantage. A quick catch there. Up goes the prop to carry the supporting wire for the Traveller. 120 pounds apiece, those wheels. The Traveller rigged, and the Fleet Air Arm gets its wheels across first. Now the carriage, another 350-pound hunk of metal. And finally, the heaviest piece of all, the barrel, 900 pounds with a couple of riders on it, onto the carriage in a single crash. The wheels already on, over go the wheels for the limber. Gun being dragged up to the next target, the enemy wall, through the gap in the wall, which is just too narrow, specially designed to make it awkward. The limber has to be turned, lift and launch up to the firing line with the Fleet Air Arm comfortably in the lead. And the firing just overlaps, but the Fleet Air Arm win by, in my guess, a couple of seconds. 87.9 seconds to the Fleet Air Arm, 90.5 to Devonport. Cartridges checked to make sure that all 3 are fired. And they're away again. First, over the enemy wall. Over goes the limber in one piece with the wheels on. Over go the 900-pound barrels, and there's nothing in it. Fleet Air Arm by 6 feet, and first over the 28-foot chasm with the wheels. Fleet Air Arm leading by a whisker over Devonport as the limber goes over. Now, the 900-pound barrel has to be lifted onto the Traveller, and both teams have got to hang up. Both teams stuck on the top of the ramp, both having difficulties, and it's Devonport who are first across with the barrel. Fleet Air Arm getting their barrel across now. Devonport getting the carriage over. The 900-pound barrel dropped with a single crash into place. Here comes the Fleet Air Arm's carriage. And Devonport have got a decided advantage on the far side. Fleet Air Arm struggling to recover from their hang-up, but they are going to be beaten on the second leg. Devonport fires, and they've got their 3 off before the Fleet Air Arm fires their 3 rounds in the withdrawal action. And the total times, Fleet Air Arm 165.4 seconds, and Devonport 163.5, so they've taken the lead. Well, with the gap that close, it still could be decided by the final comparatively short run home. The bugler as nervous as any member of the team, and well, he might be. The run home through the gap in the home wall. Wheels off, lift and launch with the 363-pound limber. Wheels on, pins in, barrel and carriage through in one. Wheels on there, and now the sprint to the finish, and it's the Fleet Air Arm. This is going to be a close run thing. The Fleet Air Arm by about 12 feet, but what's it going to be in seconds and tenths? And so the total time without penalty, 186.1 seconds for Devonport, 168.8 for the Fleet Air Arm, so 0.7 of a second in it in Devonport's favour.